Hey, this is Leon Poe, man. You listening to Causeway Street Podcast.
What's up, y'all? This is Kenny Anderson. Y'all listen to the Causeway Street Podcast.
For all you new listeners out there, I'm your host, Josue Pavone. I'm joined as usual by my two co-hosts.
I'm Sean Dutra. What's up?
Yeah, like talk
long
about
walks
yourself.
on the B.
There you go. Joel Pavone. What up?
I'm a Pisces. The most romantic.
He leads off with that.
The most romantic sign in all the zodiac.
Oh,
If you couldn't tell by my voice already.
oh,
Sexy.
But I'm the producer of this ensemble that we call Causeway Street. In case you missed it.
Hey, Bill Walton here, Celtics 1986. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Yeah, come here for nothing but the truth. This is where dreams come true. Thank you, Boston, for my life.
where are we going?
You guys are such homers.
It's your boy Terry Rozier. You're listening to the Causeway Street Podcast. Now listen to my boys Joe, Sway, Joel, and Sean.
All right, welcome back to another edition of this Causeway Street Podcast. What's up, fellas? How we doing?
Hello.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You can do that voice all this whole episode?
I don't even know what voice I was trying to do.
You put Sean on camera, and all of a sudden he's pulling out these characters.
Hey.
Is it the hat?
Maybe.
It must be the hat.
Could be.
Josue Pavone here, Joel
know.
Pavone right next to me, Sean Dutra across. Fellas, the Celtics are starting back another winning streak.
Well, they're
Is
still
that what's going on?
They're still pretty good.
I mean, 4 straight, 4-1 in that 5-game homestand, and I think it's safe to say, besides that one loss against the Pistons, that overall they're looking pretty damn good.
They definitely are. Minus Marcus Morris and Jaylen Brown taking down the Mavs. That Mavs team's a tough team, man. I told you they were going to be tough. I've been preaching the Mavs, man.
I don't think they were that tough.
No, but hey,
Preaching so much so that you thought they were going to win no more than 6 games between.
I wish I went to
Now
7.
the end
I
of the
really
year.
wish I went to 7 because I think 7 I got a chance.
Yeah, I mean, look, without those guys, regardless, you're supposed to beat a team like that. But one of the only concerns I can say about this team is the fact that they tend to have to play catch up in that second half. Kyrie Irving's been missed the fourth quarter this year. I think it's safe to say.
Jayson Tatum as well.
Jayson Tatum's doing his thing. This teenager continues to surprise us as the best three-point, or I should say most accurate three-point shooter in the NBA right now. Leads the league with the best percentage, and I don't think any of us could have predicted that. But there's a lot of things in this season that we couldn't have predicted. It's been that kind of season.
Well, I mean, I think the best thing to watch this year, regardless of how this team does and what the record is, obviously that stuff's great to watch. But watching Jayson Tatum, one of the most fun things to watch because he's not supposed to be doing what he's doing right now. He's not supposed to be doing what he's doing right now. And it is literally anytime Jayson Tatum shoots, I'm like, that's going in. It's literally I have the utmost confidence in Jayson Tatum. And I know we just did a whole episode on Jaylen Brown becoming a superstar, but is Jayson Tatum gonna be that next guy? Who is it? Jayson Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
How about both?
I don't know. Is it gonna be both?
I mean, that was the whole purpose of trading away Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, right? To get
a couple superstars.
to get a couple superstars in the making. So it's better sooner than later, right? You have a good idea of what their ceiling is.
I think
it's pretty high.
I think this is just it's so fun to watch this team right now the way it is because coming off that, obviously, and this isn't anything new to anybody, but Gordon Hayward gets injured, and now you have Gordon Hayward to look forward to come back, to join this team where it's already Jayson Tatum, it's Jaylen Brown coming into their own, Kyrie Irving's being the superstar. It's ridiculous to even think that, no, wait, the second best player on this team is still waiting to come back. It's wild, man. I mean, I think obviously Jayson Tatum can score. He can defend. I think, which is a surprise to a lot of us.
He can shoot. I mean,
he can.
That
shoot
was one of the
three.
knocks heading into the draft, right? That he's not a polished shooter, but look at him right now.
Right. But now you look at Tatum, and he's probably the most well-rounded. But you can't really count Ben Simmons as a rookie,
no.
right?
Well,
of that class,
of his draft class.
Right.
All right. Well, let me ask you guys this then: if you had to pick a point to bring in another superstar, right? Let's say hypothetically, I don't know, we're talking about someone like Anthony Davis, right?
We're going there.
I mean, how many times are we going to hear this name?
You brought him up a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. You're the one that started this thing. Well, you didn't start it, but how many times we've brought up this name? We talked about him potentially joining the Celtics. Joel talked about, well, a couple months ago, talked about the fact that he doesn't think that this is completely done here, and that Danny Ainge is still trying to pull something off before next year. So let's say hypothetically, if you're trading for Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans, let's say you're Danny Ainge, and they're like, you know what, we want Tatum. Because let's face it, if you're making a deal for Anthony Davis, though,
you got to give him a big gun.
You have to give him either him or Brown. And if I'm them, I'm asking for Tatum. Give me the youngest guy. Give me the guy with the huge ceiling above him.
I've already said I wouldn't trade Jaylen Brown for him, and I wouldn't trade Jayson Tatum for him either.
I would.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would give that up. I mean,
I would.
You legitimately, I don't think so, because trading Tatum now is dumb. It's dumb because Tatum's only going to get better. Like, Tatum's going to be that type of player, I think, that in maybe 2 years will be one of like the best. He's going to be 21 in 2 years. A 21-year-old Jayson Tatum.
Yeah, but how old is Anthony Davis? 24? I mean, we're not talking about someone who's closer to 30.
I know, but
we're talking about a guy who's still getting better.
I think you're talking about a guy that's injury prone, though. I mean, I'm still saying the only way I would have done an Anthony Davis trade is before I saw this talent. Now that I see Jaylen Brown,
yeah, but Sean, that's when you sell. Okay, you don't wait for him to level out, and you don't wait for him to start to look like a rookie.
I will say this:
you do it now.
I will say this: this is a total different conversation. If Gordon Hayward's healthy. If Gordon Hayward is healthy.
Because he doesn't put up those type of numbers, though. If Hayward's in the mix.
I don't. I think I would much rather give up Jaylen Brown if Gordon Hayward's healthy and Gordon Hayward is playing at all-star potential that he obviously has and he's obviously shown. And so why we signed him for that much money, then this is a total different conversation. But I think right now, you haven't seen Gordon Hayward come back from the injury yet. You don't know what type of player he's going to be. And you don't have to trade for Anthony Davis this year.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying in a hypothetical situation, if that was the asking price, and of course to make the contracts match, you'd have to throw in some players. Probably going to ask for that first round pick. Maybe not the Celtics first round pick, or excuse me, maybe not
it would be the Lakers.
Maybe not the
No, you'd put
maybe not the Lakers pick, but that's going to sweeten the deal. Yeah,
Lakers and one of the two.
Right.
And I wouldn't give up one of the two right now. I wouldn't, because I think if you give up one of the two right now, then you are giving up having two dynamic wings on your team for the next century. Right?
Yeah, but you still have the other one. And you still...
I know.
And you still have that Jaylen Brown, you still have him developing and becoming who we think he's going to be.
See, Jayson Tatum, he's the player that's benefited the most from this Gordon Hayward injury, right?
Sure. I agree 100% on that.
So, you talk about him coming back. How is that going to affect Jayson Tatum?
I truthfully,
like,
so what are you talking about, next year? A next year situation?
Yeah, potentially next year, right? So I see what Sway is saying, because if a player like Anthony Davis is available now, and you don't know how it's gonna how Jayson Tatum's minutes or his production is going to be affected once Gordon Hayward comes back, if that opportunity is there, it's kind of hard to just say no, I'm not going to do that.
See, here's my thing though. It's like, I don't think adding Anthony Davis on this team right now without Gordon Hayward is going to win you a championship this year. Here's my thing.
I strongly disagree with that.
You cannot count on Anthony Davis to be healthy.
Sure you can.
No, you cannot.
Why? Because he's been in New Orleans?
Be healthy?
Sean,
healthy doesn't matter where you are.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. You see the other night
when they traded for DeMarcus Cousins, he was completely healthy, right? Because they were they were going for it, right? They're going for the playoffs. Whereas
they were going for it.
They were, right? They failed, but they were going for it, right?
Tried, yeah.
I mean, going for it, trying to make the playoffs. Whereas before that happened, if any little sign of soreness or anything that may have given you the impression that he couldn't go, they would sit him, because at the end of the day, they were still a lottery team.
Look right now. They're trying to stay competitive in the Western Conference, and he goes down with a groin injury. He's out right now. Again, he misses games consistently. He's worse than Avery Bradley when we're talking about an injury-prone player. So I'm going to give up a guy that is young, is 6 years younger, 5 years younger than Tatum, right?
Stop trying to do the math. Just say he's younger.
Bro.
That's
that
it.
math.
We're
bro.
really bad at math.
5 years younger, and
Always
his shooting. He's the best 3-point shooter in the league right now. You cannot trade that asset at 19 years old. You can't trade it unless you have a healthy Gordon Hayward and a healthy Kyrie Irving, and you're saying we want that next stud, and we can. Jayson Tatum's expendable right now. Jayson Tatum is not expendable. He's not expendable on this team. You need him.
Well, if you're getting Anthony Davis out of the deal,
I don't think so.
You don't think that team could go can compete against the Warriors?
I have no faith if they're healthy. If they're healthy, yes, they can. I have no
I don't
faith
even think
Anthony
this team
Davis
could
will be healthy.
top the Cavs. We
Okay.
talked about that before.
How about someone like Kevin Durant? Say if he was available, you wouldn't trade Jayson Tatum for Kevin Durant, someone who's he misses at least 20 or more games every year.
But is he ever really out when it? I guess Anthony Davis ever made it to when it matters.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
When it comes to those big games, playoff games, he's going to be there.
Yeah, but even if you look at Kevin Durant, I guess Kevin Durant's never been
Kevin
on a
Durant missed
team
2 months last season, and the season before that missed time as well.
Sure.
And
Sure.
look, and Steph Curry's out, and like these star
It's a
players.
great point. It's a great point. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they're good. They're gonna miss time, but
I just feel I got a different vibe with Anthony Davis. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, when he plays, his numbers are great. When his numbers are great, they don't win.
like he's never been on a team that matters.
I know. So
You know what I mean?
I don't know. Bring him to a team that matters. See what happens.
Yeah.
But then you have to give up Jayson Tatum, who's by far the best.
Like if you
the
bring
best
Anthony,
rookie in the class.
I agree with you. But you bring someone like Anthony
Yeah,
Davis.
that goes without saying.
You bring in a player like Anthony Davis, where you're not asking him to do everything like he's being asked to do in New Orleans, and maybe he'll become a less injured prone player in a different environment. That's what. I mean, I love Jayson Tatum. Let's not kid ourselves. Jayson Tatum, he's the real deal. But if a player like Anthony Davis, arguably top 5 players available, and Jayson Tatum, that's all it takes is for Jayson Tatum to get him here.
But listen.
If I had to choose between the two, though, I would choose Jaylen Brown to trade and keep Jayson Tatum.
Because here's my thing.
I think he's
right?
a better all around player.
Here's my thing. I think everyone looks at last year's draft class and says that was a pretty good draft class.
Yeah.
Jayson Tatum is leaps and bounds better than any player in that draft class right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, Mitchell from Utah is balling. But I think it's because he's in Utah. And I think if you put Tatum on that team, he'd be doing even better than what Mitchell's doing, right? Because Tatum's playing a role right now. If you have the best player from a stacked draft class, why would you trade for the best player from another draft class 5 years ago? Like, just let the player develop. You don't have to give up anything.
No, I know. But we're
know what I mean?
We're not saying that Anthony Davis is available. His name keeps swirling around or whatever. But
He's not available.
But yeah, I don't think he's available either.
Well,
but
I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to have to make the decision between him and DeMarcus Cousins. I mean,
And they're probably going to trade DeMarcus Cousins. I mean, I would assume he's gotten in a lot of trouble this year.
would you give up Tatum for Cousins? You probably would.
Tatum for
No,
Cousins?
you
You'd
probably
have to. No, I'm just kidding. No, not Tatum. If you really wanted to sell me on,
So you wouldn't trade Tatum for Cousins?
I don't think I could do that.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised.
I would trade pretty much anybody else though.
Off a 26-game sample size. All right.
I love myself some DeMarcus Cousins. You guys know this is not.
I know. That's why I'm surprised you
it's
wouldn't.
not a drill.
I'm surprised you're that much.
Hardcore fans know that you're a DeMarcus
You're
Cousins
that much.
fan.
You're that much sold on Tatum.
You'd have
surprised.
You'd have to really talk to me. You'd have to really talk me into it.
All right. Well, this opening segment is brought to you by MyBookie. Guys, if you haven't already, head to mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Causeway. MyBookie will actually match your first deposit with a 50% bonus. All you got to do is use the promo code
Cha-ching.
Causeway. And you play, you win, you get paid. It's mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Causeway and get yourself signed up. All right. Well, let's switch gears a bit. We'll put that conversation on the side, but
Switch them up.
Feel free to, of course, to comment.
Comment. Yes, definitely
Anthony
comment.
Davis, Tatum. What would you do if you're Danny Ainge?
What would you do?
As Sean likes to say. As Sean likes to say. Gun to the head.
Gun to the head.
What would you do?
Make a decision.
But Sean, it's your favorite segment. Sean Dutra's.
When you look ahead.
So they're going on the road. Sean, which cities are they going to stop at?
Well, they're going to be hopping on Southwest Airlines because they're traveling one way. low rates every time. This segment is brought to you by
It better not be Tony's.
Tony's Tire Bar.
Come on, Tony.
Always giving you the half price tires. If you miss the Black Friday front special, guess what? It's Cyber Monday every Monday on Tony's Tire Bar.
Tony, listen. For the second week in a row, you haven't paid for your original ad. Can't keep doing this, man.
Get your tires. Tony Tire Bar. All right.
It's the last time I'm running that. Last time.
Hey, dude, I don't know. You talked to Tony about that.
No, man. You know. This is we've spoken about this before.
Okay. Well, anyways, if you didn't know, the headquarters of Tony's Tire Barn is actually in San Antonio, and that's where the Celtics are going to next to take on the
Greatest
San
segue
Antonio
Sean's
Spurs.
ever put together.
Will Kawhi Leonard play?
No, he's
not
won't.
playing.
But they don't need him. You know why? Because
they got Patty Mills.
They're what 8-2 in the last 10 games.
I have a problem with Scal bringing up Lamarcus Aldridge into an MVP conversation. Like,
that's funny you bring this up.
I feel like he
Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No,
I'll tell you my story.
I feel like he's just bringing him up to just be like, it's so stupid to bring an MVP in December. It's so dumb. Lamarcus Aldridge had a great year. Like, I think it's just him being stupid. Sometimes Scal is just dumb.
No, you know what it is? It's the fact that okay, when someone asks you top 5 MVP candidates,
Dead or alive?
I guarantee. No, what? Right now, if you had to pick 5, I guarantee you that 5th one you'll stump. You'll be stumped.
Okay. No, I won't. No particular order.
No particular order. That's exactly what he said too. So he asked us in the scrum. We're waiting for Brad Stevens.
Yep.
He asked us. I guarantee you came up with this, you're gonna come up with the same 4. Go ahead.
James Harden.
Yep.
Bron James.
Yep.
Kevin Durant. I mean, probably not Kevin Durant. Steph Curry.
Or Steph. Some people had Kevin. Some people had
one
Steph.
One or the other.
Yep.
I'll give you one or the other to make this argument fake.
Well,
fair
you got 3, right?
It's Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go.
Well, you're just gonna go against the grain though, because you know what he said. But who's that 5th person?
So if he wants,
if you had to pick somebody else over LaMarcus, who are you picking?
I would take a lot of people over LaMarcus Aldridge. I think that's my thing.
Joel, interject.
I would take Cousins right now.
I would take DeMarcus Cousins. Thank you very much, Joel Pavone.
Terrible choice.
I can't.
He's
balling right now, bro.
Okay, he's balling.
He's had one of the best starts for a center ever.
How are the Pelicans doing right now?
It don't matter. He's putting up the numbers.
Of course it matters. When it's MVP, that always matters. Unless you're averaging a triple-double like Russell Westbrook did last year.
What's the Spurs record?
They're what? They only have 7 losses.
Okay.
So I don't know how many wins, but they have 7 losses.
Whatever. I would
because the Celtics are doing so well, I look at the loss columns down.
I would take Andre Drummond over LaMarcus Aldridge. I would actually even take Victor Oladipo over LaMarcus Aldridge right now.
I didn't say anything about Oladipo. I didn't say that.
Okay,
are you serious? Have you seen the way
the Spurs are 17-8. 17-8.
Do you know that the Pacers team was supposed to win?
They have 8 losses. I thought they had 7.
Do you understand that the Pacers team was supposed to win like 4 games this year, and Oladipo has made them a competitive team that's going to make the Eastern Conference playoffs?
Like 12 lottery teams.
Oladipo
and 5 of them used to be playoff teams last year.
I would take Oladipo over Aldridge. I would take Russell Westbrook over Aldridge. I would take Damian Lillard over Aldridge.
Westbrook. How are the Thunder doing right now?
I would take.
All right, Sean. You're looking at the player. You're not looking at the overall the what goes into the MVP award. It's always about the team.
No. Okay.
How your team does.
You know what? All I'm saying is that LaMarcus Aldridge is not an MVP candidate.
I think he is.
He's not an MVP candidate.
I think he is. He's doing this without their best player. That's like if Jayson Tatum was putting up Kyrie Irving numbers, right?
On this team?
Yeah. Let's say hypothetically, right? He's putting up Kyrie Irving numbers.
I don't know where you're going with this.
That makes him an MVP candidate because he's doing... LaMarcus Aldridge is the 2nd best player on that team.
Well, right now the first because the dude's out.
That's my point, though. Right. He's doing this without the best player of the team. So let's say hypothetically,
if
Kyrie Irving,
I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying. Kyrie Irving's not playing. Let's say hypothetically,
sure.
The Celtics have San Antonio's record, and your best player is Tatum.
It's ridiculous to put LaMarcus Aldridge in the MVP conversation because
you just don't like the name.
No. I'm saying he's not going to be the best player on that team. So, like, eventually, Kawhi Leonard's coming back, and LaMarcus Aldridge, as the 2nd best player on the team, has no chance of winning the MVP award. Okay. So why are you putting him in that conversation?
Because right now,
it's just early season talk.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
26 games. That's what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. I think putting LaMarcus Aldridge in that conversation is just Scal's stupid way to say, it's so dumb to pick an MVP in December. Why are we even having this conversation?
Well, to be fair, and I'm not saying that that's an awful player to throw into the
Wait,
conversation. 'cause
Giannis hasn't even been brought up.
But hold on. Right now, Aldridge is averaging 23 points and fucking 8 rebounds. Okay,
Giannis hasn't even been brought up yet, though.
you didn't bring him up when he asked you.
I know. Well,
so
hey, come
so
on.
you didn't bring him up.
I'm not the smartest.
Okay, well that will be my choice. But Lamarcus will probably be number 6 right there. Right there. I mean, he's
Maybe he's not
He's on
top
the
5.
outside.
Maybe he's not top 5.
on
But
the
he's
outside
in the
looking
top
at
10.
it. You're making it sound like Lamarcus needs to be like number 15.
Because look at
Something
someone like Russell Westbrook,
if
right?
you want to put Aldridge at 10, fine.
Look at someone like Russell Westbrook right now. Okay, the Thunder are under 500.
Yeah, they're
And
terrible.
New Orleans is better than them right now. So DeMarcus Cousins, that's not a far fetched person as well.
The top 5 though. I would pick Lamarcus over him. I would pick Giannis.
24, 5, and 4.
I guess I put
If
DeMarcus
someone's
at,
averaging 24,
I guess
5,
I put
and
DeMarcus
4.
at 7. What is it?
24, 5, and 4.
Who?
24 points,
Who?
5 rebounds,
Cousins.
4 assists.
Cousins?
Victor Oladipo. You
Okay.
can't keep him out of the MVP conversation. If you're going to put
All right,
Aldridge
he's
in
top
there.
10. I'll put him in the same slot you're putting DeMarcus in your weird list.
Aldridge, you mean. Lamarcus, not DeMarcus. Don't get that shit confused, bro.
Lamarcus is his name.
You said DeMarcus.
Did I say no? I said Lamarcus.
I don't know. I just heard Marcus. I don't know.
Marcus Smart.
All right.
Anyways,
Carry on.
all right.
By the way, this is probably gonna be a loss. I don't know.
You think so?
I think so.
In San Antonio? I think
Yeah.
this is the first time we can probably win in San Antonio in a couple years.
All right, we'll see.
I think the Celtics take this one, guys, in the shocking turn of events. And then the Celtics then travel, which is okay. Timeout.
Oh boy.
Timeout.
Let me guess. You don't like the plane route.
Ridiculous plane route. Okay, ridiculous plane route. You leave Boston on a Wednesday. Get to San Antonio on Friday. Why are we then going to San Antonio, which, if you guys didn't know, is in Texas, which is one of the southernmost points of the United States, and then traveling to Detroit, to Detroit, and which is one of the most northern points of the United States.
You're almost at Canada. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You're crossing every flyover state that exists. You're crossing every middle America state
That's a Sunday, right?
on a Sunday,
Yeah.
and they take on the stanky ass Pistons.
Oh, that's gonna be a good game. What's with the Celtics playing the Pistons so many times before the New Year?
What's with the Celtics playing the Bucks 3 times? What's with the Pistons though have lost?
What up with that?
Have lost
What up? With
3
that?
straight.
Yeah.
Oh wait, did they lose to the Bucks the other night? So those Pistons that everyone was all hyping up after they beat the Celtics when the Celtics played like doo-doo, like I told you they did, have lost 4 straight. 4 games in a row they've lost. You know how many points they've given up?
Is that what that means?
You know how many points they've given up? 109, 108, 96, 104. Not actually proving my point that they didn't play a great defense, but still, those Pistons aren't as good as you guys think they are.
No, I think they're that good.
Better than Philly, better than Milwaukee, better than your Nets.
Oh, they're better than Milwaukee, who they just lost to?
Well,
I'm just saying.
record-wise.
The Pistons are going to be. The Pistons are our B- team. I'm going to stick to
and
that.
Indiana and Washington.
I'm going to stick to the B-.
All right, who's the last? What's the last stop?
Well, after the Celtics beat the Pistons in Detroit, after racking up those Southwest Airlines miles, they go to Chicago, which is pretty. It's actually not bad. I don't mind this part of the schedule where they
You
just
agree with
probably hop on a bus, hop over the border there, and get to Chicago.
Get some deep dish.
Lauri Markkanen. I like myself some Lauri Markkanen. You see some Chris Dunn in this game.
All right.
Former Celtics potential draft pick, Chris Dunn.
Nope, only you had him, but okay.
Yeah. I'm just
Only
saying.
person who had him on his draft.
Chris
on
Dunn.
the,
Chris
Celtics
Dunn.
draft board.
Since Chris Dunn has left Minnesota, his game has flourished. Though, if you have I haven't noticed on this Bulls.
No,
team.
I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed. He had to get out of that situation.
He
And
had
this is a
to.
perfect situation for him because they're terrible. They're awful.
They're
team.
an awful team.
Yeah.
They're like Providence College,
There you
an
go.
awful team.
There you go. It's
And
like
Chris Dunn is just like,
he's a fryer all over. again.
I'm the best player. I know how to play in this situation. Give me the ball. I'll shoot 40 shots. I'll make 50, and I'm gonna score 30 points.
He's probably a big Chance guy too. I bet you love Chance the Rapper.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Chance, my man.
He listens, I hope.
Yeah, he definitely does. He knows real.
All right, what's the record?
Seriously?
Yeah.
He still got to ask the question.
He actually got it right 2 weeks in a row. Actually,
13-1. 10 in a row. How do you say it in Roman
you
Spanish?
said
guys?
3-1.
Yeah, you
Tracy-
said, you said
You
3 and 1.
said
Zero.
There you go.
Now I'm going 2-1. San Antonio.
You think
San Antonio
they're gonna lose to San Antonio? Huh?
I do.
I think that
I do.
I think that
Popovich
the Celtics,
doesn't forget.
I think the Celtics
Gonna avenge that
actually
loss.
benefit from it not being one of those Texas triangle road trips, because it's not like they're gearing up for a crazy, we got to take on the Spurs and then the Rockets and then the Mavs, and that's a tough 3-game trip. I think they actually benefit from that and just going to San Antonio, taking care of business, and then I think that Pistons game, if there's a tough game, it's not because, and see, this is another trick.
Don't call it a trap game because it's not.
It's a trap game.
You can't call the Pistons a trap game.
It is a trap game.
All right.
Pistons are B-.
Well, that's going to be on national TV, so it should be a good one.
On a Sunday?
On a Friday night, we're talking about the goddamn Spurs.
Oh, on the Spurs game. I thought you meant Sunday.
No.
I can't wait till Sunday basketball starts getting on. I can't wait for Sunday national televised basketball once Christmas hits. That's my favorite thing, is watching basketball on Sunday.
Like Mike Breen, huh?
Mike Breen. Got to hear me some Mark Jackson. Mama, there goes that man.
Taking it right to the cup.
Right between like the football playoffs and all the other
Yeah,
shit.
that week between the football playoffs is just money basketball.
Sean,
wild card games. all
Joel,
that.
you know the rules. Hand down, man down.
Oh, we gotta just do our Mark Jackson impressions for Christmas, man. Our Christmas episode just gotta be filled with Mark Jackson impressions.
And that's Sean Dutra's.
When you look ahead.
This edition of Looking Ahead is brought to you by
DraftKings, baby. Your number one place to go online and play some daily fantasy sports. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball. If you're into hockey, you can even do that there too. Tiger Woods won, or he didn't win, but he's back. So golf is coming up in the spring too.
He's doing better.
Daily fantasy. It's your number one place to draft your team, win some real money. When you get on there, download the app. Use the code CLNS. What's that going to do, Sean? Glad you asked. It's going to give you a free entry into a contest that you can win $10,000. Your share of $10,000 by using that code CLNS. That's on DraftKings.com. Download the app. Get it. Play it. Win some money.
All right, let's wrap this one up, guys. In case you missed it.
Well, in case you missed it, according to Danny Ainge, Gordon Hayward will soon shed his walking boot as he begins the early stages of his rehab for his left ankle. Ainge says that Hayward is right on schedule, though he didn't offer any timetable on a possible return. He did say that he thinks Hayward will be permanently out of the boot in a couple of weeks.
Did Hayward break his ankle?
Did anybody ask him if he's actually going to have a chance of playing this year? Because I know they probably did.
So they
He refused to put a timetable on.
So
But he won't confirm or deny?
He won't confirm.
Toucher and Wrist asked that when I listened to it. They asked, and he said he could take his boot off for a couple hours a day right now.
Right now, yeah. Because I was just going to mention that his wife actually posted a video of him walking around without the boot, and everybody went nuts. Like, oh.
Did he ever break his ankle?
Oh, no. Jeez. I don't know if I want to drop the beef for that one. I don't know if I should drop the beef for that one.
Drop it. Nah, man, I don't know. I've been in team. You're an idiot. You're an absolute moron for expecting Gordon Hayward to have any type of chance to come back this year. But now that
I agree.
It's early December and he's already taking his walking boot off. And Danny Ainge literally said he'll have his walking boot on for another 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
2 to 3 weeks. That means he has his boot off.
Yeah, but
before the new year.
That doesn't mean you're game ready though. That's the thing.
Because
you got
the process.
And
you
from
got
the beginning,
5 months. You got 5 months.
But from the beginning, I think we all knew that there's a chance, depending on how far the Celtics go. I mean, if the Celtics make it to the NBA Finals, of course, there's a chance for him to compete in that. But that's in June, so we're talking about 6 months down the road. So yeah, of course, there's a chance. But do the Celtics actually roll the dice and put him out there? And how much is he really going to produce? What are we talking? 12 points.
Like,
I
the
mean,
Celtics
you
keep rolling
got
the way they're rolling right now.
You got a
You
guy.
messed
You
that
got
up,
a guy coming off the back. Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm glad you brought this up.
Well,
Somebody,
let me ask you this:
water cooler talk happened today.
Do you take that, or do you take the exception?
I would much
and bring
rather,
somebody else in.
Okay, what are you going to get with
and
the
that deadline is
exception?
looming?
You don't
too.
know. You don't know.
That deadline, we're not too far away from that.
Now,
deadline.
is it a trade exception or a free agent exception?
No, it's an injured player exception.
So you can
$8.4 million to use in a trade or to sign someone.
Lou Williams.
Well, that's another thing too, though.
Louis makes this episode, makes this podcast again.
I swear,
I mean,
that's
you
the
can't-
trade that needs to happen. I swear.
Yeah, but you can't even predict it because I feel like you don't know who's available until March when teams start, buyouts start happening left and right.
Yeah.
And then you kind of fish out which
Or
one
like
would be
right
best.
before,
that's,
the All-Star
that's what I
break.
mean. Is it a trade? I don't know anything. So we're gonna sound like idiots. Let's not even talk about this.
No, it's just
Just leave it at
it's
that.
it's a conversation that people are having.
I would rather have Gordon Hayward play with this team in the playoffs than sign a guy that's going to leave next year. I think I would rather have that. I would rather have Gordon Hayward come off the bench
Then take a rental.
and give a little bit of what he has, even if it's nothing. It could be, you never know. It could be, he's coming on there and it's garbage time in a second round series and they already got it wrapped up and they put him out there and they see what happens. Do you know the morale boost that the Celtics are going to get by Gordon Hayward coming out in garbage time and just draining the three?
But what about?
Remember when Nathan Horton went
Wouldn't have to
out
be
with
garbage
that
time.
went out with that
Yeah.
concussion and all he did was spray the water on the ice and everyone fucking wow, everyone went nuts.
But people go nuts too if
it's
he's
morale.
just on the bench chilling with the players.
At that point, it's morale. So if you can have him ready, if you have an open roster spot, I think there's a reason why the Celtics have not fit anyone else into this roster yet. And you're still seeing Yabusele come in and hitting stupid threes and dabbing at the end of the game. I couldn't stand watching that. But
yeah, but that's only because
I love his dancing prior to the games.
I mean, you got two guys out, two main rotation guys
Sure.
out. You're gonna see Yabusele out.
Sure, I'm just saying there's a reason why.
Or three if we're
I
including
think
Hayward.
if I'm gonna go conspiracy theory, I think there's actually a reason why the Celtics have not yet tried to do anything with that exception is because
There's nothing out there right now.
Danny Ainge is fully expecting Gordon Hayward to come back to this team. Even though there is a slim possibility that it will happen, Danny Ainge is not an idiot and will not take away the possibility. It's a give and take game, right? What would you rather have? A guy that's going to come?
I'd rather have him fully healthy next season.
Right. But if he makes a recovery and is able to play, if you made a trade for friggin' Dwayne Dedman or whatever, someone stupid, and then it's like, oh man, we don't even play Dwayne Dedman, but he's taking up the roster spot and Gordon Hayward's ready to come back now. You leave it open. You say, we're good as we are.
Yeah,
if
but
Gordon,
still,
you're ready, it's all yours if you want.
You know what?
technically, even
I
if
agree
you
with
don't,
Sean.
yeah, but even if you don't fill the roster spot that Gordon Hayward has left, the Celtics still only have 14 players signed. So they still have an extra roster spot. They don't even have to use that 8.4.
You're right.
I don't know, man. I think they're waiting on Gordon to come back. They're not going to do anything crazy.
Like,
You know what?
I can understand.
I think I know. I agree with your opinion about Danny Ainge going out and trying to add somebody come buyout season, because we've seen in the past and he's gone on record to say that he's not a huge fan of that because it hasn't been successful. The Michael Finleys, the Troy Murphys. I mean, all those guys. Stephon Marbury. Who else am I missing? Michael Finley.
I was a big fan of Michael Finley when he came, man. I was a big fan.
I was a big fan of
too, I was
Marbury,
too,
especially
but-
after that first game. He
Wait
put
a
up
minute.
like 10 points in
Wasn't
3 minutes.
P.J. Brown a buyout guy?
No, he was
I
a
think
free agent.
that was the one guy. Who,
No, he was a
No.
buyout
Well,
guy.
well, he was.
He didn't play that.
But
season.
it was buyout season though. I give you that. Yeah, it was buyout season when they signed him. It was March. When you can add
brought
one
him
more player.
in.
They brought him in. He
But
was.
he
He came
came
out.
out-
He came out of retirement.
Yeah, he was
that
a free
was
agent.
the one exception
saying
where
you don't win.
it was successful.
You don't win the 2008 championship without P.J. Brown, baby.
That's the exception to the rule. Other than PJ Brown, who else has Danny Ainge brought in midseason?
So he's not
Made a
crazy
difference.
about doing that,
I know.
and he's also not crazy about
Isaiah
taking away
Thomas.
minutes from these young guys off the bench. That's exactly what would happen to Terry Rozier. I don't know, Marcus Smart. I think all these guys would take a hit. We're talking about someone's going to take up 11. 12
Gordon
minutes.
Hayward's coming back, man. He's gonna. I am.
Hey, I
firmly in
wouldn't
that
be
camp
surprised,
now.
but I'm telling you right now,
But
I
isn't that-
think it's the NBA Finals. I think that's the only.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
That's
Late
the
May,
only-
early June,
right.
Okay, yeah.
and a couple minutes off the bench.
But
It's like that's your reward.
But
if you
but
get
anything-
to the finals, you get to have Gordon Hayward.
Anything before that, though, this is not like a situation where the Pacers a couple years ago, when Paul George came back, he played 5 games that season. They weren't going to the playoffs, so they're like, yeah, have him come back.
Yeah,
and he
but
broke it. He broke it in like July.
I was gonna
too.
say
Yeah.
that's the big difference, though. That's 3 months.
And also, his break was a lot
It's a 3-month
worse than
difference.
George's break. I mean, Hayward's
George's-
was a lot. George's break was a lot
worse, yeah.
worse than Hayward's break.
Yeah.
Because after Hayward broke it, it was like, wait, it's actually not that bad, guys. And I think too, the Celtics didn't come out and say, oh, it's actually not as bad as everyone thought, because now they're like, listen, it looked really bad. this is my conspiracy theory coming in right now. It looked.
I already played the song once, man. I don't do it more.
No, I don't
once.
need to. But this is what I'm getting at. Is I was driving today and I was listening to Danny Ainge and I was like, he knows something, and I was like, I think it looked really bad, and they were like, yeah, let's have everyone think that this was a horrific injury.
Danny does that though,
and we're not going to show our cards, and then, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised by early April. Gordon Hayward's like, I'm ready to come back. Like, I think I'm not putting any money on that. I'm not doing anything like that. But I'm just saying, I will not be surprised because I think the way the Celtics are playing it is playing into public opinion. Again, the season started 2 weeks earlier than any NBA season has ever started before, and this happened in the first 5 minutes. So that's giving a guy
That's an extra
2 weeks, an extra half a month
yeah.
to get back.
But what is that though? The playoff series.
That's a playoff series.
2 weeks.
That's a playoff series. So if he wasn't going to be ready by the finals, maybe he's ready by the Eastern Conference Finals. Or if he was going to be ready by it gives him a 2-week window, which no one is talking about right now, is that this happened on what? October 17th?
Yeah.
The NBA season doesn't normally start until October 30th.
Yeah.
That's huge. For injury recovery, that's huge.
I love your positivity though, but Danny Ainge is always like that. You never know what Danny Ainge is thinking. Same thing with Isaiah Thomas. When Isaiah Thomas,
he's not going to show you all his cards.
Yeah, well,
it's not positivity though. I don't think I'm not a guy that's going to look at it. And I've been on record in saying,
yeah, but with
you're
Isaiah,
a fucking idiot if you think that Gordon Hayward's going to come back.
Okay.
But now I've just convinced myself.
okay, but do you remember when you brought up in the summer about Isaiah Thomas's hip? You're like, oh, he might not even come back until like January. We were like, that's insane. What are you talking about? Before the trade.
Yeah.
We're like, that's insane. Why would you even say that?
And here we are. And 3 weeks away from January. Still not back.
Yeah. So if Danny Ainge does know something, well, it's hard to tell.
But think about it, right?
He fucking knew about Isaiah Thomas. So he saw the opportunity to trade him. Great. He did it.
Which I think.
And I love the fact that they try to like get more out of him. He's like, okay, yeah, take this pick from second rounder in 2027. Go nuts.
I think that Danny knows a lot more about Gordon Hayward's injury that he's not leading on to. And I think you're going to see Gordon Hayward a lot sooner than everyone else is predicting because the Celtics have said jack fucking shit.
But what if it goes the other way?
Okay.
What if there's a setback somewhere? You never know.
But then that's not the worst thing in the world.
There could be.
But then that way, like Sean says, if Danny's not putting that information out, there's no letdown.
But it's all about leverage.
No one is thinking.
And it's all about leverage.
Yeah.
So in Danny's mind, it's all about leverage. Because if Danny Ainge knows, I need to make a decision on Isaiah this year. This hip injury, I've talked to the doctor. This is bad. I'm going to pretend like it's not bad and then try to trade him now before anyone gets on that this is bad. Yeah. So the same way it goes with Gordon. Gordon has a horrific injury. We all think it's horrific. We all think he's out for the season. All of a sudden, a week later, they're like, actually, he didn't break this bone. He didn't do this. There was no ligament damage, blah, 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 blah.
Clean cut, they said.
They say, he's actually, for what happened, it's pretty good. Danny goes, okay. And
he had surgery the very next day. 2 days later.
The very next day, he's like, just get it done. And you know what? I don't want to think about it, but I'm just going to pretend as nothing happened. And you know what? Danny is probably pretty pissed that Mrs. Hayward put that picture with a cast out because he's like, I made it a month. I made it 2 months. I made it 2 months with my little secret that Gordon's going to be ready by fucking February 14th, bro.
Get out. That's 2 months from now.
I'm just saying.
Right on Valentine's Day, huh? Just
All-Star break.
Just
All-Star break.
Break.
He comes back on the game after All-Star break. They're like, what is that? I'm telling you, buy your Gordon Hayward jerseys now. He's coming back for the playoffs.
All right, what else we missed?
In case you missed it, the 76ers have finally freed Ja.
Free Ja!
As they traded Jahlil Okafor.
Where would I be without you? If what you're saying is true.
What's the song that he had?
I know you're tired of being lonely.
Oh, no, he had,
So baby girl, put it on me. Yeah, yeah.
The New York song.
I got 100 guns,
All right,
100
Sean,
clips.
please stop doing that. Go ahead.
But you don't like my Ja?
No.
Ja!
No. Doesn't sound like him at all.
Come on, man.
So the 76ers have traded Jahlil Okafor and Nick Stauskas to the Nets for Trevor Booker.
Boom! Wow.
And
Free Ja.
It's a lot.
And they also received
They must really like Booker.
a 2019 second-round pick.
Which is crazy that the Nets got a draft pick out of acquiring Jahlil Okafor. That's crazy.
Which was from the Knicks, which is weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a stupid trade that happened with them.
So
Jahlil put the ball up.
In
Jaleel
Brooklyn.
about to
So-
ball out.
so does
This is
that
great
mean-
news for Celtics fans,
I was
baby.
just gonna say, does that mean the Cleveland Cavaliers going to get what, like a 7th overall pick?
No, I think it'll be out of the top 10 if you really think about it. There's a lot of bad teams in the NBA this year.
I forgot.
The,
Sean
Brooklyn
loves
Nets.
the Nets this year. Sean thinks that the Nets can make the playoffs. I
Listen
forgot.
though.
According to him,
May-
they're better than the Pistons.
Talking to the wrong guy right now.
May I explain one thing though? May I explain one thing?
If you must.
Okay.
Please.
With this trade, and I got to shout out to somebody on Twitter. I forget who I saw on Twitter. Since the big, gigantic, friggin' Nets trade, right? Where Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett got traded, we got all the draft picks, right? Everyone remembers that.
I remember that.
Remember that happened?
We mentioned that at the beginning of the podcast, but yes.
The Celtics and Nets now have the exact same amount of top 3 picks on their team. Jayson Tatum
Not top 3.
and Jaylen Brown.
Top 10, right?
Top 3.
No, I think it's top
Jayson
3.
Tatum and
Yeah, he's
Jaylen
right.
Brown. Jaleel
He was
Okafor
number 3.
and D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right?
He was,
So
he was the second pick, right?
all I'm saying is
They've acquired required their picks through trades.
which is really
which is weird.
Which really
That's
really
funny.
if you
It's
wanna
ironic.
The Nets brass is like, see, it's not that bad, guys.
No,
It's not that
I'm
bad.
not-
Stop
I'm not-
giving us crap.
I'm not gonna lie, you got to give a ton of props to the Brooklyn Nets right now for making this deal happen because
they salvaged as much as they could.
they've
made
made it the best opportunity, the best possibility outcome
Well,
of
they
this trade.
had to make like 50 turns to get there.
Oh yeah, they sucked to get there.
Over the
I
over
mean,
the
they had to
last-
give
over
up
the last,
Jaylen
like,
Brown and Jason Tatum
over
and
the last
Markelle
4
Fultz
years.
opportunity. Yeah,
over the last 4 years. Yeah.
And they still have no first round pick this year. They're still fucked. But I'm saying to come out,
But
to come out,
the glass is half full. Now.
right. Because before this year, all they had to show from it was Rondé Hollis Jefferson, which is not a good look.
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin was like a trade free agent signing. I'm talking about draft picks.
Oh, you're talking about straight. Okay, I got you.
Like Jeremy Lin was undrafted.
Dinwiddie?
You know what I mean?
Dinwiddie, bro.
I don't start with me about. I love myself.
Nah,
some
he's a
Dinwiddie,
second.
bro.
He was a second rounder, wasn't he? Or was he first round?
Dinwiddie was not drafted.
Oh, he went undrafted. Okay.
Dinwiddie went undrafted. Jeremy Lin went undrafted. Damari Carroll was a solid draft
The
pick.
young Nets now.
I think the Nets are building a little bit of a scrappy team.
Still not a playoff team.
I think they can make the playoffs this year.
Okay.
100%.
Not gonna make the playoffs, man.
I think
Jeez.
they may. If Jaleel Okafor has something to play for the first time he's ever been in the NBA. When he came into the
Pride.
NBA,
How about a contract? He's going to be a free agent this year.
Exactly. And you know what? When he came into the NBA, the Sixers didn't give one crap about what their record was, if they won, if they lost. They just said,
Do you remember that first game?
yeah, he balled up on us
He scored
he had
12 straight against the Celtics
Yo,
in
in
the
the first quarter.
Yo, he had a great first season. His rookie season.
You know why I remember
fantastic.
that? Because I tweeted out something at first game of the year. My tweet got on the fucking Comcast halftime show. I was like, hell yeah.
You're like, this is gonna be a great season.
I was like, oh, here we go. Causeway Street, baby.
All right, what else we missed?
In case you missed it, LeVar Ball has pulled LiAngelo out of UCLA. The freshman, along with a handful of others, were indefinitely suspended after shoplifting in China last month. According to LeVar, and I quote, "I'm going to make him way better for the NBA draft than UCLA ever could have," end quote. LeVar is obviously pissed because there was no sign of when his son was going to return to play. Coaches were obviously trying to teach him a lesson along with a bunch of others.
So is he gonna homeschool him too?
I don't know, but LeVar also pulled his other son, LaMelo, from his high school, Chino Hills, up in California.
Yeah, he's the one who's getting homeschooled right now, right?
Yeah,
Which
he's
I
getting
think,
homeschooled.
I think Chino Hills is like a really good high school.
Yeah,
too.
it is.
Yeah.
He's a junior right now. So despite rumors that he was also going to go to UCLA in a couple years, like his brothers, LeVar says he will not be playing college ball. So reports say that LeVar was not happy with LaMelo's basketball coach either. So I wonder when Walton is going to start benching. What's his name?
Do you feel bad for Lonzo Ball at
Yeah,
all?
Lonzo. Thank you.
A
You feel
little
bad
bit.
for Lonzo?
I do, yeah, because
I feel bad because of his pops.
yeah, his dad. But no, I was just gonna say real quick though.
Too much focus on him.
No, I don't want to bring up this question though.
I don't, but-
What are the chances that UCLA was just like, you know what, we don't want him here anymore. We're kicking him out, but we'll make it look not that bad. So let's make this look like you are pulling him from our school, instead of us saying, you're all about publicity, you're all about the, PR.
Well, they made it seem like he withdrew.
Right, exactly.
Well,
when
why
I think
the
UCLA was
UCLA
like,
did, yeah.
UCLA's like, no, we're done with this kid. We
that
don't want
they
him here
didn't.
anymore.
I think you're 100% right on that, Sway, because they didn't want LiAngelo to begin with. The only reason why they said yes to LiAngelo is because LeVar
His
said
brother?
Lonzo will come there if you take my two other kids.
His brother, yeah.
And they
It's
said,
like a package deal.
ooh, well, LiAngelo sucks. Like LiAngelo Ball from Scouts reports is just like a rec league player, dude. Like he's not. He's like he may be like the 5th or 6th dude on like a nice college basketball team.
So
you know what I mean?
So LaMelo is better. Is what you're saying?
Well, LaMelo was technically supposed to be better, but who the fuck knows if he's a junior in fucking high school and he's got a psychopath for a dad? He's probably gonna end up being addicted to heroin by age fucking 22 and just fucking losing all his teeth. And LeVar Ball needs to be stopped. I mean, you've watched a bunch of those sitcoms, and we've seen a bunch of people in life where there's a dad at a sports game who's just going fucking nuts. And every time, there's always one brave dad that goes up to him and says, you know what, LeVar? I think you're being an asshole. And he's like, whoa, I am being an asshole. I'm sorry, kids. No one has done that to LeVar yet. No one has to put LeVar in check to say, hey, let your kids play because the kids are going to play.
Nobody wants to be on social media. That's why. That's going to be on social media. That's what he is. He's someone. He's someone that likes to attract attention.
Remember that Hey Arnold? Remember
it's
that?
like, dude, stop living vicariously through your children.
He's
just
trying
stop
so
living
hard.
vicariously through
and
your children.
He's messing them up because all the pressure's on them. Look at.
I hear you.
How many of us
I keep forgetting his fucking first son's name?
How many of us
Lonzo
didn't even know that Kyrie
many
Irving's
L's.
dad was a legit ball player? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's a great example of a father just letting his son live out his career, live his life, and keep that separate.
Yeah. How many times does Comcast want to interview?
I have 2 points to make.
I'm gonna fade to black and let you live your life.
After you, Joe.
How many times has Abby Chin wanted an interview? Kyrie's dad. And he's like, no, I don't. I want the spotlight on
this
my
is
kid.
on him.
Yeah.
When he won that championship in Cleveland, this is him. I don't
when he
want
got traded to
any
Boston,
attention.
same thing,
Right.
yeah.
All right, first point. You guys remember that Hey Arnold episode when he started playing basketball?
Tucker,
And the coach was like,
pass the ball to Tucker.
pass the ball to Tucker.
Yeah.
That's LeVar Ball. First and foremost. Secondly, when
That's a great call, actually.
that's him. But then guess what? At the end of the episode,
Yeah.
he realized
Starts passing.
Tucker passed the ball.
Yeah.
Once he passes it to
Start
Arnold,
racking out assists
they realize-
like Ball does.
they realized Gerald can fucking stroke it.
Yeah, the black guy, of course.
Yeah, with the hair
With the hair.
And the handshake.
and the handshake.
Oh, I love that.
Also,
It's gonna be a movie, by the way.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
We're gonna be like the oddest looking trio walking into that.
We're like, hey, Arnold, baby, let's go.
Sean's gonna be like, I'm 13 again. Let's go.
Do it. I'm like, where's the pigeon? Where's the pigeons? There's the pigeons. We're like, where's Stoop Kid?
Stoop kid.
Stoop Kid's gonna leave his scoop.
No, he's gonna actually leave it in the movie.
Stoop Kid's gonna leave his stoop. By the way, also too, I'm also gonna say, I know
What's
we're
the second point with
my second point.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's overlooking the fact that LeVar Ball actually manipulated Lakers' futility for the next 10 years. Because if Danny Ainge gets this draft pick, that's going to be from 2 to 5, right? If he gets that draft pick, and Jayson Tatum turns into an All-NBA wing player, and LeVar Ball convinced, duped the Lakers into drafting Lonzo Ball.
Not even the Lakers. Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson into drafting Lonzo Ball
Yeah, we're gonna
as
draft
second
Lonzo
overall
Ball.
pick,
When
no
they-
matter
when they
what.
they could have grabbed Tatum.
Could have grabbed Tatum.
Yeah.
They could have grabbed Fultz. They could have grabbed anybody. And because if you think about it,
Well, the only reason
they
Laker
could have
fans,
traded up for Fultz if they wanted.
Yeah,
Fultz.
that's true.
They would have given the next year's pick and the second pick, and then we're going to trade him up.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day,
LeVar
though,
Ball
for that Lakers team, they're gonna pick
fucked
Ball over.
the Lakers over. So we're going to be in 5 years. We're going to look back on
They
this
let
draft.
themselves get fucked over.
We're going to look at
Yeah,
that draft
but-
and say LeVar Ball is the best Celtic of all time.
It's funny though. This conversation they're not gonna have this conversation until next year because they're all convinced that LeBron James is just gonna get up out of Cleveland and go straight to LA. When they realize
gonna
that's
happen.
not gonna happen, oh, now you're on that camp. That's funny.
I don't think he's
So when
leaving,
that
he's
doesn't
leaving
happen,
Cleveland.
right?
He's leaving Cleveland. He's not probably going to LA.
Okay. All right, either way. So when that doesn't happen, that's when they're going to realize, wait a minute, why did we not pick Tatum? Why did we pick Ball? Oh, yeah, because we thought that Paul George and LeBron James were going to team up here next year.
Not only that.
When that realization comes in.
it has nothing to do with that, I don't think.
But not
It
only
has
that.
everything to do with that.
No,
They've got the point guard to pass to those two guys. It's almost like the Rondo of the kid, and they're like, oh, we're going to get KG and Pierce, right?
No, I think they wanted LeVar Ball because he's the most marketable player.
I don't think it was just that, though.
No, but not only that, but
it was
how
the
many
passing. He's a pass-first point guard.
But how many other point guards did they pass up on? Dennis
Yeah,
Smith.
but he's the best point guard.
Hey, wait though. No.
Dennis?
Markelle Fultz is actually a point guard and can handle the ball and can score.
Combo
so
guard.
wait.
Combo guard.
Hashtag Tony Delk.
But he's-
But wait.
He's damaged goods, though. He's damaged goods.
Hold on.
I like Dennis Smith, but I don't think he's a better point guard than Ball.
When has LeBron thrived with a pass first point guard?
That's a great point. That's a great point.
He's never had
It's
one.
never had one, and it
Yeah.
probably isn't going to work because everybody on
Mario
the floor
Chalmers might have been the closest
needs to shoot with LeBron. So if the Lakers were smart, they would have just traded that second pick for the first pick and got Markelle Fultz and then let. They should have, but
If
they were
the-
so fixated on
If
Lonzo
the
Ball.
Lakers were smart, they would have grabbed a wing.
They made a deal with
and
the devil.
Stop thinking that LeBron James was going to come.
They
no
made
matter
a
what.
deal with the devil.
Could have had a wing. Could have grabbed Tatum at second.
We're agreeing on my point. Is that LeVar Ball ruined the Lakers?
No, I agree. Yeah. All right. What else we missed, Joel?
No, in case you missed it, happy birthday to Larry Legend.
Larry Bird.
Celtics icon
Shoot
turned
you.
61 this week.
Passing that pass.
Big shout out to Mr. Celtic himself.
How many points? How many points did Larry Bird put up if he hopped in the game for the Celtics?
Plays today in NBA?
Yeah. I say 9.
I think
three threes.
No, I think that herky
3
jerk.
threes.
I think that herky
12,
jerk.
4
I think
threes.
that herky jerk game would give him everyone.
And he'd have like 5 assists.
I think
Just give him that corner where Jaylen Brown.
He was the king. He was king of the touch pass.
Tatum
man.
always
he's
is.
definitely got that old man game
He's got
popping
the-
right now.
just That touch pass all
Yeah,
day.
he'd have 8 points, 8 assists, and 1 rebound.
8 assists. Wow.
Yeah, man.
1 rebound.
People would be open all day.
1 rebound.
Come on,
and
come on.
He gets a fast break going off that
Yeah.
rebound.
And you know he's calling foul every time he drives to the lane. So he's getting the free throw line every time, man. Hey, thank you, Larry.
You're welcome, Sean. This in case you missed it is brought to you by the CLNS mobile app.
Hey, CLNS.
Okay.
When you want the
Download the best on online sports coverage, and also subscribe to the CLNS YouTube channel where you can listen and see us on there as well.
You synced it.
That's
Synced
right.
it.
That's
Synced
right. Yes, that came out well. That was good.
That was great.
And that's it for
In case you missed it.
Sean, you have some big news to drop? No, before we leave.
I was gonna bring it up. I had it written down here, but I was like, should we wait till?
We should bring it up.
All right.
Last weekend, we found out that
man.
Sean's
You know, man,
having
like,
himself a boy.
Gonna be a daddy,
Hey,
Papa
Gonna be
Dutra.
a little Dutra gonna be in this building right now.
Dude running around.
Well, little Dutra's gonna be in this building soon, and I just love the fact that, dude, I'm honored that you're gonna name him Josue Pierce Dutra. That's awesome, man.
I was trying to name him
thought it was
Pierce.
gonna be
I was
Josue
trying to name him
Joel.
Pierce.
Pavone /
I'm
Pierce
trying to
Dutra.
name.
Yeah,
I've been
JJD.
trying to name him Pierce.
You trying to name him? You were trying to name him his first name Pierce?
Trying.
No, I thought you're doing Josue, right?
No, I'm not. Get the fuck out of here, man. No one's named Josue.
You're not.
In this world.
You're not. What?
Just relax.
That's false, man. That's just rude.
I thought we talked about this, Sean.
I don't know what you want me to say right now. I'm not.
All right,
I'm not-
congrats, brother.
No, I'm just kidding. Congrats, man. Congrats.
I'm not
We did talk
dropping a
about
hard
that.
J.
One,
okay, it's okay.
one
You still
thing
got a
we
few more
did,
months to figure
one
out what
thing
his
we
name's gonna
did
be.
talk about though was that I was going to be the one to pick up that envelope.
That's very true.
That told you if it was a boy or girl, and I don't know.
And
I didn't get that text.
No,
I don't know
I-
if maybe my phone didn't pick. I didn't get a heads up.
I'm going to be
but,
completely honest with you.
somebody else
I,
ended up doing it, and I
I'm
wanted
gonna
to be the first one to find out.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I actually wish I did because they did a little prank, and I didn't really think it was that funny.
Yeah, Sean wasn't loving that prank, but on camera you sold it though. So what was the prank? So you guys know how the gender reveal parties work, and they had the balloon thing going on. So Sean,
When did that become popular, by the way, with the whole gender reveal thing?
like a year ago.
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
It's
All I
weird.
know is that Paula was like, "We're having a gender reveal,
You're like,
and
oh,
we're
okay.
gonna put balloons in a box, and we're gonna find out that way." And I was like, "Okay, well, who comes
To be
this?"
fair,
It's a great party, though, right?
To be
Yeah,
fair,
it was good. It was fun.
Yeah, it was
I think my girl Gabby might have had something to do with that.
I think so,
with
too.
the whole gender reveal.
I think so,
Not the
too.
way you did it, but just the gender reveal in general.
I think so too, because literally when Paula was like,
Shout out to you, boo.
yeah, Paula was like, oh, we're gonna have a gender reveal, and she was like, I was like, okay, well, who's coming to the gender reveal? And she's like, well, Gabby's got to come, and I was like, well, if Gabby comes, Joel's gonna come, Sway's gonna come, and Dez's gonna come, then obviously Tuna's gonna come.
Timothy too.
Invite all my friends, and I gotta invite Andy and Stu. And how many people are we invited to this party? I was like, what? It was a fucking fun time though, man. I'm
Yeah, it
happy
was
you
great.
guys were all there and found out. And
Got to watch Gronk, body slams,
played it cool.
some cats.
Yes.
But hell yeah, I'm having a boy, man.
Yes. Congrats,
Ain't
man.
getting-
So
ain't
yeah,
getting in there.
so Sean and Paula opened the box and like what was it, like a blue, a red,
It was
a
like a
yellow-
multicolored
balloon,
like 5
just
balloons.
hop out, and I'm like, what does that mean? what's going on? What kind of kid?
Quadruplets.
What kind of kid you have? Sean didn't like the prank, so that was what your that was Paula's.
You know what? I gotta give it to
Paula's
him.
brother-in-law,
He
right?
did it well. He didn't give anything away, which was great. But he also pranked me, which was not great. And
Sean's like, this is serious shit, man.
I literally like picked
trying to
up
find out
balloons
what
and I
kind
was
of
like,
what I'm having.
and the funniest part was no one saw the box inside the box, except me. So I like looked in the box and I was like, it's a prank. Then all the balloons came up, and I looked up and I just looked at everyone's confused face. They're like, what does this mean? And I was like, then I picked up the box out of the other box, and I was like, I get it now. I was like, you guys didn't fucking put 2 and 2 together until I picked up the box. That was weird, though. I felt like I was in a press conference. Literally, all of a sudden, like everyone's like, okay, we ready? And I was like, yeah, I'll open the box. And then I look up.
Phones out.
I look up.
You heard what snap,
Everybody
snap,
got
snap,
the
snap,
phones
snap,
out.
snap, snap, snap,
And
snap,
I was like, I'm
Flash is
gonna
going on.
take my talents to South Beach.
They're like, Sean, what is it? Is it a boy or is it a girl? Which one?
Tell me now. Open that fucking box.
You even had a live stream going, right? You had people.
I don't know.
Your brother was watching.
We had people watching
Paula's,
all over
Paula's
the world.
mom was watching.
All over the world.
Oh man. Well, congrats, man. I'm
Well,
so happy for
you
bro.
can congratulate Sean
Little
Dutra
Sean Jr. coming.
on Twitter at SEAN Dutra.
You don't have to, though. I'm
No, I
pretty
know. I
happy with
just
myself.
want to just put your Twitter out there to give an opportunity to do that for you.
Shout out
Little
to
pub.
Gronk. Shout out to being there that day. He was great being there. Thank
He was
you,
like,
Gronk, for
"This is for
coming.
you, Sean. Headbutt."
Dirty play. Just for Sean. Oh man, I can't wait. All right.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at
Oh,
Causeway
fuck.
Street.
Well, we're up out of here, guys.
Hell yeah. You know what my favorite Celtics commercial is? Albrecht. Hey. This is what you get.
This is it?
This is what you're talking about?
This is what you like?
Fresh Auto Group.
Trust feeling it.
This can vibe, bro. This as a jingle, this can vibe.
Sean's all about jingles now.
Albrecht. That's my shit, bro. I don't know. That's my shit.
I
watch the Celtics game, and every time it comes on, I
I
go,
did like your DraftKings jingle last week. bro.
Albrecht Auto Group. You'll get respected. Albrecht.
Sean was a singer in his past life.
Must have
It's a
been.
great fucking,
Must have been. He
it's a
was
great
singing
fucking
Bill
jingle.
Withers
your
before we
draft-
started recording.
Yeah, no,
He was-
your DraftKings jingle last
got
week
the
was
jingle
fucking
going. He's
fantastic.
all about singing on.
I don't know. Albrecht, you're doing everything right, man. You're doing everything right.
On that note,
Yes. All right. We're up out of here. Until next time, guys.
peace.
Adios.
Sing us out.
You'll get respected. Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.